Live in downtown Detroit, Local 4 live stream with Jason Carr starts now.
It's not the Local 4 live stream. John Steckroth and Jacob, assistant producing back there. This is Taylor Swift Television, I tells you. What is going on with this? Shh, Taylor. AT&T announcing that a specially curated video catalog of Taylor Swift videos will be available to customers through the company's DirecTV Now streaming service. AT&T called it a new destination for unique and never-seen Taylor Swift videos.
Never seen.
That's what people say. She's cruising right into your collective lives with her own channel. It is going to be all right.
Taylor Swift TV.
Okay. There's a camera in Kansas. I love this. Oh, we still have the music going for the Jason Carr.
Yeah, it's just in the,
Yeah. Let's get to this video or photos of a security camera that was set up by police in remote Gardner, Kansas to investigate reports of a mountain lion. Apparently, so here's a skunk. So far, so good, right?
So, yeah,
Normal?
this is okay. Now we got a coyote.
A coyote has come to investigate the camera that was set up to, once again, investigate claims of a mountain lion.
And then things get a little weird. Here's a...
What is this, a Monty Python sketch?
And then we've got a man in a gas mask with a plastic bag.
What's he picking up?
Like, that's not even that strange. It's when these ones start coming out, and you wonder, who's this guy? Or yeah, then it just gets unbelievably crazy. You got people in chimpanzee outfits making a ruckus out there, and this
ruckus.
I mean, look at this. So yeah, they put out a statement on Facebook saying, "We would sincerely like to thank the persons responsible, as it made our day when we pulled up what we expected to be hundreds of pictures of coyotes, foxes, and raccoons. Thank you to the citizens who noticed the cameras. Your effort and sense of humor are greatly appreciated."
That was Gardner, Kansas, by the way, in case you're wondering. From Gardner, Kansas, and from every day on cue.
Yep.
Every day, right on cue, the custodial barrel with the wheels down the tiled hallway of the atrium. What's going on?
Well, we've got our screen's a bit blurry. I don't know if it's the...
What?
Huh.
What are you talking about? What you talking about, Willis?
I'm hoping it's over on Ken's side, that it's his fault and not mine. But I'm not sure what's happening here. It's just our video is very blurry. It looks good on my screens, but on Facebook it's not okay. Let's check on Click.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Yeah, isn't that terrible?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I sound like Owen Wilson.
Wow.
Wow.
You want to call engineering?
Interesting.
Well, I know,
Right.
but they should come over here and be able to diagnose the problem while we're in the middle of it.
The small Canadian town of Kensington of Prince Edward Island has found a special way of deterring drunk driving this holiday season. In a Facebook post, you listening?
I'm listening.
The town police announced that drivers arrested while intoxicated will be fined, suspended, and forced to listen to Nickelback's classic 2001 LP, Silver Side Up. How bad was this LP?
I can't stand Nickelback. Can't stand it.
All right, so what is it about Nickelback that sends people screaming from the room?
I don't know what it is about it. It's just...
Them?
It's bad music.
It's just run-of-the-mill Canadian classic rock, alt-rock, or...
Yeah.
All right. A British actor has been named the world's best Vincent van Gogh lookalike after a global search to find the artist's doppelganger. Dan Baker, age 35, beat 1,250 contestants from 37 countries in an international competition. Baker was asked to send in photos of himself. He's already undergone a 3D scanning process, so the author Douglas Copeland can create a bronze bust, which will go on display in a Canadian vineyard in 2017. There he is.
That's him.
That's Dan Baker.
Oh, Dan.
Oh, Dan. Do we have any photos? More photos of Dan Baker, or is
No,
it
it's
just the
just
one?
those two. Just that. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty close match, wouldn't you? Let's go on to horned rim glasses. You know something about this.
I wear them.
You do. The strange thing about this, the first time that I met John, a couple months ago, I think it was, the first thing I thought of was, holy smokes, he's got my grandfather's glasses on.
He had these same ones, the black ones.
Yeah, Grandpa Harris, he wore them. I don't ever recall. I mean, I obviously saw him without his glasses, but in my mind, when I picture my mom's father, he's always got those glasses on right there.
Yeah.
Do they require special care?
Well, apparently they do. I haven't been taking care of these well enough, I guess, but you're supposed to rub them with vitamin E oil or mineral oil, and that's going to keep them looking fresh and shiny. There's a picture I found of how these things used to be made. This isn't the way they do it anymore. Now they're made of hard plastics and composites, but back in the day they used to make them out of horns and tortoise shells.
Get out, like honest to God, tortoise.
Handmade, but that's probably really expensive. So
you know who would wear actual back in the day tortoiseshell glasses?
Who?
Hipsters.
Hipster
Yeah. Dads.
Yep.
Hipster dads with kids named after precious things and automobiles and whatnot. But apparently you can't even call them hipster dads anymore because hipster dads are now hipster papas.
Papas.
That's right. Papa as opposed to dad. There's a number of reasons people wanting to be called Papa. One example, Papa is hipper and more familiar than Dad, which sort of has this Leave It to Beaver 50s suburban sound to it. But apparently in Brooklyn, if you're among the hipsters and they have children, they've procreated, they have offspring, they have kids, the kids will probably have a precious name and will be heard bleating and wailing, "Please, Papa, please, can we have more scones with our Starbucks?
Yeah,
Please,
well,
Papa, please."
That sounds, like the average hipster Saturday.
In Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn. Papa, I don't know about that.
Is that look at yourself above or below
I know.
that?
And Jacob had made this graphic, and I told him while we were preparing this, I was like, "Oh, you didn't use a picture of me? That I was kind of expecting that. It does look awfully close."
It's ridiculous. Can you recreate that face? You have to look at me a little up.
No, that's not working. This way?
Oh, the live viewership is falling off a cliff even as we look at this. Floyd Mayweather, here's something to stop people dead in their tracks on their news feeds. Let's see a $100 million check written as though it's a $10 check or a $100 check.
Because usually with $100 million, you type this out on a typewriter, right? Or the printer does it. You rarely see a handwritten check for $100 million. But that's what it's for. Yeah.
I love how he squeezes in the last two zeros.
Yeah. It's just not quite enough room.
Just not quite enough room in that box for $100 million.
Sentencing's coming up. Yeah.
So there's been rumors flying that he's going to come out of retirement and fight again to make another bajillion trillion dollars. And he's like, no, I've got this check and more. I don't have any financial incentive to come out of retirement and get abused or put my unblemished record at risk. What would you do with $100 million?
What would I do with $100 million? That's like one of those questions you ask to figure out what you want to do with your life, right?
If I had $1 million.
I would put more money into the Jason Carr show.
Why was the first thing I thought of a pledge drive on PBS when you said that? TV's Ken, what would you do with $100 million?
I donate it all to charity.
You liar.
You would not. Nice way to stop everybody dead in their tracks right there, make them feel bad. Business editor Rod Maloney. Oh, is that you over there? What would you do with $100 million besides invest it and try to make it $200 million? Retire, he said. Then you'd finally have respect. Hey, hey, whoa. Rod's got a Rodney Dangerfield figurine on his desk. Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
Bring it over. Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Wow. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you.
My wife, she asked for $50 to go to the stylist. I took a look at her, I gave her $100.
Good line. That's a good one.
Oh,
Last
why
time
do
I
I
saw
feel
a
like
mouth
this
like
is
that, I had a
apropos?
hook in it.
Oh, if you can't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at? Dunkin' Donuts used to actually have something called the Dunkin' Donut.
Yes, I didn't know this. I guess this was, it talks. Oh my God. It's got the audience in there too.
How long does this go before it shuts off? At a time? Oh boy, I better hand this off. Hey David, can you take away Rodney? He's going to make too much noise. Do you have the Dunkin' Donut?
Yeah,
the
this
actual
is it.
Dunkin'
This is
Donut.
what it used to look like. You could dunk it into your coffee, but apparently this little spot, they had to do it hand cut, and now they're doing them by machine. So this took too long, and they phased it out.
Rod, did you know that there was an original Dunkin' Donut that actually had, what would you call it, like a handle? So you could hold onto it and dunk the donut in the coffee?
You know what? I do remember that. I grew up just south of Boston, which is where they're based out.
I didn't know until recently that Dunkin' Donuts was a Boston thing. I thought it was a Michigan thing for some reason.
No, it was big. When I was a kid, I had a paper route, and my dad would drive me sometimes. The big treat was to go to Dunkin' Donuts after we delivered the paper. See?
Get the papers, get the papers.
That's right.
Johnny 2 times. He said everything twice. I'm going to get the papers, get the papers. McDonald's cheese curds in Wisconsin. They're loving it in Wisconsin because they have cheese curds there. Why not here? Why is everything's test marketed somewhere else?
We had the venison burger from Arby's, so there was that. We
We had that, but we had to share it with Wisconsin and Minnesota.
Yeah, that's true.
So McDonald's is testing a brand new menu item that cheese lovers are going to want to get a part of. The solidified pieces of curdled milk, oh boy, are a huge element of Wisconsin cheese culture. As of November 28th, McDonald's will make the fried curds available throughout the state. Initially, the test began in the Milwaukee area only. Taco Bell Cheetos.
Taco Bell Cheetos, huh?
Let's take a look at the Cheetos quesadillas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Do they? I mean, they must have stock in Doritos and Cheetos, and they're
I know the
vertical
way that they-
integration,
yeah.
right? But yeah, I'd be willing to try it.
Cheese and Cheetos.
Yeah. Oh, it's just cheese and Cheetos.
It's like just a cheese quesadilla with Cheetos, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a lot of cheese.
Jacob, this seems like this would be up your alley.
That's for sure.
We might have to make a road trip.
Yeah.
I tried to go to McDonald's yesterday for the Grand Mac. You know how they got the Big Mac, the Grand Mac, and the Mini Mac, or whatever it's called, the Junior Mac. And the girl behind the counter was like, "Yeah, we don't have that yet." We've been talking about it.
Yeah.
I thought that it had launched. Apparently not.
Now, this
Fond
next
Doodler.
one. Yeah, this you just sent this to me, and normally when you send me things right before we go on, I just push it off to the side. But this one was so cool, I was like, I gotta get this.
Give me
in
an
there.
example of something that I've sent you that you push
I don't
off
know.
to the
They're
side.
usually the ones that don't have a whole lot. I don't. This is quick,
Okay.
but this is so cool. It's like a hot glue gun that you put cheese in it. It works with any type of cheese you want. What is this? You can build, you can design. It's ready in 3 minutes. It starts warming up the cheese. No cheese is left behind. I love this image they made of planets, and the thing is in space with it. But here's some images of what you can actually do with this thing, and I think it'd be great for parties and things like that. Right now, they are sold out, but if you order, it'll get there by the first week of January or something, but it won't get there before Christmas. So if you're thinking of Christmas idea, this isn't ready, but
Not ready.
not available.
All right, so let's read some comments here. Dolores says, why did you leave channel blah, 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 blah. We miss you more than you ever know. We miss your sense of humor, your joking, being so funny. Well, Dolores, you do have an option.
Yes, there's another option.
It begins...
It's 2 channels up.
It begins, continues, and ends with 4 digits called Local 4 right here. On TV, on the morning news, I'm on at like 5:15, 5:45, 6:15, 6:45. Then I do a live show, which you're watching right now, Dolores. And then I go and do Live in the D with Chuck Gatica and Tati Amara at 10 o'clock.
So he's on.
I'm here.
He's
I'm
here.
on.
Yep.
I had
Don't
one
have
of
to
those days, I have to tell you, I had one of those days yesterday where sometimes I go out and nobody recognizes me. Other days I go out and I walk into a store and the first person I make eye contact with says, how do you like 4? What happened to you? Where'd you go? We miss you. You like the new gig? What time are you on? And that's the first 5 people at Home Depot. And then I go from there to Guitar Center, which is true, I did. And the first person I encounter there is like, hey, so what happened, man? I'm like, what happened?
You're going to have to release a statement so that people stop coming to you.
Well, the thing is that I can't be going on the Facebook every 5 minutes and saying, hey, so yeah, this thing happened, and now I'm on 4.
That was then, this is now.
That was then, this is now. More ways than one. You could be talking about the election, or you could be talking about the fact that I'm now on 4. But Sarah says, I love how everyone is crying that you left and they miss you, and you are right here.
Right here.
I said this, what? I feel like this is deja vu all over again. Didn't I sit here like 2 weeks ago and say nothing would make me happier than if we were to be able to grow this into something that more and more people watched and got into the habit of looking on their phones or on their desktop or on their tablet, and eventually it maybe grew beyond just here.
This, we got to move on. We got to move up.
That would be awesome, but we need people to recruit. We need the Tammy Colemans and the Lynn Andersons and Whitneys and Dolores and maybe even Francesca Catanese.
Maybe. We haven't seen her in a while.
She put a comment on.
Oh, just today?
No.
Okay.
I saw her. She popped up on. I did a Facebook Live from the Live in the D office yesterday morning about freeze-dried food and instant food like bouillon and ramen noodles and that sort of thing. And she popped up on that feed. For all we know, she's watching right now and just has not commented. Francesca Catanese.
It's possible.
Patricia says, have these people been living under a rock? Wow. Let me hear your Owen Wilson.
Wow. That's really something.
Patty says that she recruited. Yes, please, Walter Pitts. If you go out and you recruit 2 or 3 people and say, hey, every day around 9:15ish, Jason Carr does this thing on the Local 4 Facebook page, and then those people started watching, and then they turned around and got 2 or 3 people each, exponentially
it grows.
Gets bigger and bigger. Right now I'm looking at the live viewers. We were all the way down, hovering in like 120, 130, something like that.
Up to 180 now.
And now we're up close to 200 again. So we see you watching in real time, and we see your comments coming in real time right here on my phone. So, hey, Karen, what's going on? Karen Willis, I like to watch you from right here. Been watching since the switch. It was great when I was in Texas, says Kathy Generalovich Strisik. Generalovich?
That's
Catanese, Francesca Catanese. Nickelback is a decent band. Whoever can play better can complain, says Kevin.
I can play better.
John Steckroth just made the claim that he can play better than Nickelback.
I'll just go ahead and tell you right now.
Love you too, Karen Harding. Thank you for the support.
Pick an instrument.
2016 has been, in more ways than one, a Twilight Zone year. But thank you to all who were supportive during some pretty big life changes and not complaining about the quality of the Vaseline feed we have going here on Facebook where I look like I'm coming to you from behind warped glass.
I know they updated one of the machines yesterday or this morning, but that's the other machine, so it can't be.
Oh, is
this
that
one.
what is happening?
But they were playing with it this morning. or
Mary
yesterday.
McBride McKenzie just joined. Mary McMack. McBride McKenzie.
Hey, Jaden from Kenya.
Still has not,
What's up?
Jaden Sharobaro has still not
What are you doing in
revealed
Kenya?
why
What's
he's
happening
watching
there?
from Kenya.
Yeah, I'm curious.
This is like the third time that he's checked in from Kenya, and I'm still waiting to figure out. Grammy Bev checking in, making us smile. Been watching Channel 4 since the 80s. Welcome, Jason, says Cheryl. Thank you for saying that, Brigitte. Notice I didn't say Bridget, but Brigitte. And Live in the D is coming up at the... You guess who I'm going to be talking to on Live in the D?
Who are you talking to?
Ricky Schroeder. He's part of that Dolly Parton special that's airing tonight on Local 4.
Sure.
And so I get to ask him all about, his being a child star and then segueing into adult stardom. And Silver Spoons was right in my wheelhouse. I mean, a rich kid and his buddy Jason Bateman.
Yeah?
That was a great show. What was I? I was probably 11, 12 years old when that was on. Can we go back to Taylor Swift?
Yeah, let's take another couple look at those.
In case you missed it, AT&T announcing that a specially curated video catalog of Taylor Swift videos will be available to customers through the company's DirecTV Now streaming service. AT&T called it, quote, a new destination for unique and never-before-seen Taylor Swift videos. Interesting.
So if you can't get enough Taylor Swift,
See, I got my moves down because my daughter's 5.5 and
you guys
loves
dance
Taylor
to Swift?
Swift. Oh yeah, we have epic living room dance battles. We'll get there. When you guys have kids, I do think that it's a really funky song. I really like it like that. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. Anything else? Oh, a bowl of bacon.
what was it?
I asked, the bowl of bacon today was, name a song from back in the day that was a big hit that because of changes in radio and tastes, you literally never hear anymore. Was that Steve Garagiola? Did we have a... Should we put out a security camera to see if we can
There he
spot
is.
Steve Garagiola in the wild like a mountain lion? We have... wait till you see what we uncovered out of Kansas.
Oh yeah, you want to go back to that? We'll
Yeah.
do it again.
While we look for that, the bowl of bacon, once again, what was a hit song that you loved back in the day? Answer this on my page, at Jason Carr TV on Facebook, at Jason Carr TV. What was a big hit that you never hear anymore? My nomination, You Are the Sun, You Are the Rain. It's a Lionel Richie song
Okay.
from back in the day. It was like a top 10 hit, maybe top 5. Never
Never
hear it
again.
anymore. Nobody ever talks about it. We're going to play that on Live in the D as our jam of the day, by the way. So you have the Steve Garagiola and the Wild video?
Yes, we have those. So here's,
Okay, so police in Gardner, Kansas set up a camera to try to see if they could spot Steve Garagiola just wandering aimlessly through the heartland. And they got a skunk, and they got a coyote, and then things got weird. A Monty Python skit,
Yeah, it's something like that.
a guy in a gas mask, which looks like a Pink Floyd video. And then it just gets weirder and weirder. There's Steve.
There
We've
he
been
is.
waiting for him to show up. He finally made an appearance. Obviously, the police, once they started looking at the footage, became aware of the fact that somebody had noticed the camera and they were pranking them. As we once again crest 200 live viewers. I think what happens, maybe you folks watching could let us know, but I think what happens is people watch for a few minutes and they tune out. Maybe they come back. Or maybe we pop up in their news feed and they're like, hey, what's that weird thing they're showing there that looks like a albino gorilla in the middle of a cornfield? And so they stick around to find out, and then
they keep watching.
let's see if can you put the last still from Gardner, Kansas back up and see what the cool thing about this is like doing TV at the same time commenting on it and inventing it or making it up as we go along. Okay, let's go to the albino gorilla. That was the one that I think everybody was taken with.
This one?
Yeah.
That, they wonder if they're fighting, if they're rolling around. Like they just released the still images. I'm wondering what was going on out there.
Yeah, wouldn't you like to see it? That's my favorite right there. Yeah. That's my absolute favorite shot of the whole thing.
But you got to imagine these people were out there, just noticed a couple of cameras and thought, hey, let's go have fun with it.
Yeah, have a lot of time on their hands. Yeah. Speaking of a lot of time on their hands, I won't throw you under the bus, but what you said earlier about where you were at 9 o'clock last night was really funny.
Yeah, well, I've got. Yeah.
I won't throw you under the bus.
Yeah. No, why not?
You want to out
I'll
yourself?
jump out in front of the bus. Yeah. So we were talking about the special, the Rudolph special that was on a different network last night. And,
from 8 to 9, and
yep.
I said, and you go, oh, that's right, because when I got to
my mother's house, it was already over.
And I said, what are you doing at your mom's house? Because he has his own bachelor pad in downtown Detroit. I'm like, well, it's a Tuesday night. Why are you at your mom's house at 9 o'clock? Not that it's any of my business. And his reply was,
I was dropping off laundry. I mean, I was going to visit as well.
You're 28 years old.
Well, the laundry machines in my building are really old and disgusting, and I'm not going to use those. And it's just easier to drop it off. Yeah, I know. I'm going to take a lot of flack for that.
I respect it.
Jacob, he's on my side.
Oh, boy. That's funny. All right, we're going to wrap it up here and remind you that not only do you have Taylor Swift TV to choose from, you can choose us, choose Live in the D, choose local 4 News This Morning, and Facebook Live. So we'll see you at the top of the hour with Chuck and Tati. That's Jacob, that's John, and we're out.
Stay classy, Detroit.